Hey there everyone, it's Ryan with Frontline Animal Removal. Today I want to give you a tip on how to use a Comstock trap and to make it more effective. So here is a couple of Comstock traps. So I got two right here that I'm getting ready to use. I got one around the corner over there that I got set. I use these every day, everywhere. They're great, fantastic traps. So let me show you the inside of the trap. Inside the trap, you don't see anything. The only thing sticking out is we got 1, 2, 3, 4 studs. And otherwise, you don't see anything unusual or different. Most traps have a little treadle the critter steps on. This trap lacks that. This trap uses tripwires. And these wires kind of look like this. Just a long skinny wire with a little coil on the end. Well, those coils fit onto those studs. So what you have to do is you have to bend these wires. See, I bent it like that, and now I slip them onto the stud. Okay, let's get it on. Get it on. So there we have our wire coil. Now 2 coils go into the trap, so we have one up here, and we got one down here. But for demonstration purposes, we're just going to do the one for now. And those coils are supposed to kind of grip those studs, but they fit loosely. Now as long as the animal pushes or pulls on the wire, so if they push or pull, it'll set the trap off. But sometimes what the animal does is they come in here and they step down or they step sideways, and that causes the wire to pop off. Now once the wire pops off, it locks this thing kind of into a position because it's pushing against the bottom, it's pushing against the side. This doesn't want to move, and the animal gets through without getting caught. That is a problem with this design. These are supposed to grip these studs kind of tight, but they don't. They kind of fit loose. So I've come up with a little trick. Now you notice this wire here? I got bends on the end of it, just on the very ends, and straight in the middle. Bend there, bend there. So let me put this one on. Hold on a second. Okay, let's see if I can get this up in here. I got one on, and I got 2 on. And let's put this bottom one back on, even though it's not the way I normally do it. Come on, get on there. There. Now this upper one, I got a bend here. I got a bend right there. Now you might be wondering, what are those bends going to do? What they do is they cause these little coils to sit cockeyed on the stud. So there's constant tension. See, this is tensioning this way. This one's tensioning this way. Whereas down here, there's not really much tension. What does that tension do? It causes the wire to grip those studs more. So if the animal comes over and starts hitting it this way, it stays put. Push down this way, it stays put. Now if they push really hard, yeah, they can pop it off. But it's way stronger than this one, and I can just pop that one off. This one, I'm pulling just as hard, it's staying put. Pushing down, staying put. Push up, it's staying put. Can I get it to pop off? Yes. So let's see if I can get it to pop. I'm going to hit it. Okay, I had to hit it to pop it off. These little bends I put at the ends of the wire create enough tension that you're not likely to have missed opportunities. When you don't put those bends on the ends of the wire, you're likely to have an animal pop those wires loose and go right through. So right now, the trap is set, but it can't go off because I knocked these off. So, that is my tip. So when these traps are set up properly, they're very effective. But the only problem is there's no tension there, there's no tension there. And that allows these animals to occasionally defeat the trap. As a trapper, having an animal defeat a trap costs me time and it costs me money because I have to drive out and check these things and reset them. And when these things are defeated, I'm aggravated. So I'm always looking for ways to beat the critter, make my traps better. So right now, I'm not worried about this wire. I will bend this wire and make it really secure. See? Nice and strong. And when the trap goes off, so let's pretend that I'm an animal going this way. See, I'm pushing, pushing, pushing. And that's how it works. So if you do invest in some of these Comstock traps, they work really, really well. But those wires will sometimes drive you crazy where the animal has to push. And sometimes they pop them off those studs. And that is the biggest problem with them. So if you can put a little bit of tension on them, it'll save you some aggravation. That is just my quick little tip on making these traps work a little more effectively. It's very simple and very effective.